is. And there it
Okay,
goes.
Dead
We are
Woods.
underway, and we are, in fact, a mirrored overworld today.
Mirrored overworlds. There you have it. Number 1, we know the overworld is mirrored. So this is a mixed quest. First quest overworld. You want to talk to him about that means, Doc?
So it's going to have spots from both first and second quest. Vanilla 2 will always be a flute location, for example. Could be a lot of fun. Some spots won't open, some spots will. What was on the left-hand half of Hyrule now is going to be on the right-hand half, and vice versa. So it should be quite interesting to see where these guys go.
So we have a 20 rupee pickup there. Would that be our medium secret for this?
That's actually going to be a max large small secret.
Okay, so it's a max small secret.
Yes, so that is, we got some bombs, so that's probably our magical bombs. Needing between 10 and 14 hearts to pick that up. Probably not going to see a pickup on. And no candle quite yet. We got some more money. 25 medium secrets, so that's on the low end. That's the bare minimum for the medium, so that kind of hurts.
So big, small, small, medium. Don't worry, it all makes sense. Overworld, we've got some gorillas here. Got our Lionels. Oh, and Ategenos taking a death there. 41 for the blue candle, 85 for the meat.
CJ gets past that screen. He's on the Armo screen. Let's see if our item is here or not.
Oof, he's cutting it close. It's a staircase. Okay. So our runners will be looking for an item underneath one of the Armo statues in Hyrule. There will be an item there. It is a guarantee that one of the Armo statues will have one of the item drops. Also, there is an item on the coast, and of course the white sword could potentially also be an item. Or it could be nothing. Oh, and Ategenos going for the blue candle right away. Our runners do have the ability to pick up a blue candle somewhere in one of the caves in Hyrule, but obviously it could take quite a bit of time to find that, so Ategenos going right away saying, nah.
I really like that purchase because you had the money,
gosh.
and you don't know when you'll find that, and it's going to screw up your routing if you don't pick it up early. So to get that now while you have the money before, like, a man just steals it all from you anyway, I really like that play by Ategenos to just buy it.
Yeah, we don't know what the... Oh, and level 6 right there at start. Okay. So
Alright, this is looking like a second quest level 6.
Yeah.
So this is going to be second quest 1 through 6.
Orange Wizrobes rolled up.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Oh, and Ategenos can't pick up that bomb drop. Oh, man.
He could clip into it, but he has to avoid the Wizrobes to do it. That could be...
Yeah, it's gone. No key there.
Oh, he gets it done. I'm gonna do a retry to save those bombs, though.
Oh, yeah, smart move.
It's okay to have the level on the shard screen, though. At least you know where it is.
Yeah.
CJ is going to the Dead Woods, I should say, sorry. He's gonna look for that Armos item, which I like. You try to want to get that within the first 10 minutes or so, if you can.
Yeah, that Armos item can really be a differentiator when you get it early. Could be one of those major progression items. It could be a repeatable combat item, which is obviously huge to get in this. The blue candle is not a repeatable combat item. It can only be used once every time you're on a screen. Oh, and there's our blue. So we got the Coke and Pepsi recipe on HN's side. We've got the blue candle on CJ's side and vanilla.
So, RPD, what is your preferred Armos item, out of curiosity?
Well, it's tough, because there's really, to me, there's two schools of thought. There's the great Armos item, that's like the wand or what have you, and then there's getting something like the scrap metal, the blue boomerang. Because in my level of randomizer play, I prefer seeing something that's helpful for overworld progression instead of combat advantage, because you got to keep in mind your opponent's going to have that same advantage. So I would prefer something like in this mixed quest first overworld, I would say in any key a flute. That would be kind of what I'd want to see.
And actually, they do have my personal preferred one, the Any key, and
yes.
CJ just picked that up, and that's my actual preferred starting item. Because I saw Ategenos, she just got instantly key blocked in level 2 found by CJ. But yeah, that resource management is huge in these flag sets, especially with a second quest 1 through 6.
I would say so. Another one I like is the ladder, for sure.
Ladder's an interesting one. I wouldn't say it's in my top 5, but it's definitely helpful.
Nothing kills my vibe more than getting into a dungeon and encountering a ladder. So we found 4, 2, and 6 already.
Finding all the even numbers, so that means level 8 will be next.
Yep. Only item confirmed so far. Oh, what do you called it?
Okay, so we did just find level 8, and I don't know where this is. I think this is going to be first quest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is first quest.
Yeah, it could be in the sail of the boat.
Yeah, this is definitely first quest.
Wow, so second quest. Second quest 1 through 6. First quest 7 through 9. So that 9 did go Ategenos.
So he did just see a open heart container there. That's actually kind of important in this flag set, because we want to get between 4 and 6 hearts to pick up a possible white sword item, which is in play in this set of flags.
Oh wait, we have first quest all the way then. Did I say that wrong?
No, it's second quest 1 through 6, first quest 7 through 8.
Chat's disagreeing. We will figure that out for everybody.
Okay, if we saw a map for 4, okay, I didn't see that.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. First quest all the way. That means we will not be seeing the second quest door rules here. Ategenos with a quick triangle saying, hey, I'll grab that, no problemo.
Now, he might go back in. There are 2 items here in 8. Tends to be a little bit blocked at times, though.
It's worth a peek. Oh, there's a push block room right here, but a Dodongo, so we'll see if this is a door. So yeah, having all first quests in the dungeons helps these runners a bit. There's a few less rules they got to account for. Like those invisible walls and those other particular push block rooms. 8gen finds a transport stair. There are 2 items that are in staircases in 8. I know Darkfall's already mentioned. But they will be staircases.
And we actually got a pretty high large secret.
I did not see, but I see that chessjerk has 102 rupees, so that's a good sign. Oh, and there's our heart container.
Actually, no, we didn't get a heart. We didn't get a large. I believe it's in the 70s.
Gotcha. So we found level 7. Everyone's favorite dungeon in first quest.
Yeah, so as you said, we do have straight. Oh, hello, possible forced Tridongo room. So money could be a factor, but they do already have the any key, as long as Ategenos goes and picks it up. So don't have to spend money on keys at least, and we haven't seen what the bomb price is yet, so it might not be that bad. Kind of depends on what our bomb price is at this point.
Yeah, I haven't seen a bomb shop yet, but that Goma. Since we're dealing with first quest push block stairs, that Goma isn't going to be blocking anything. Aquamentus, World 8. Alright, so this could be an item for Ategenos as well. And chessjerk finding World 1, sorry.
I was going to say, I like the triple kill with 1 candle shot.
It's always that you always feel like such an awesome Z1 player when you get that candle burn that just things fall into. Oh, and it's the wand for Ategenos.
That is a huge pickup.
Oh, and chessjerk getting hit by the red bubbles. There are still red bubbles, even though it's first quest dungeons, and right now chessjerk is dealing with inverted controls as a result of those bubbles, so he can hit that blue bubble to get back to normal, which is in his best interest to do. Oh, he got grabbed.
Chat already saying free seed. I would say that's a little bit too early to call that at this point. We still need a lot of information.
Oh, that red bubble right there in that staircase. Ah, I got scrap metal. chessjerk gonna pick that up by the looks of it. Elite 8 races, I believe, kick off tomorrow, right, Darkfall?
Yes, we do have our first Elite 8 scheduled for tomorrow. Channel to be decided at this time, but there will be at least one. It'll be tomorrow night. It'll be after SK and Panzer Dave. And if you haven't seen Elite 8 flags, they're gonna be interesting to say the least. If you guys thought this was hard.
That's what I was saying. I think I'm gonna need just time to study them as a commentator.
We'll just put it this way, the average Elite 8 flag I have seen has been anywhere between 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 hours. So when we said this tournament's going to be difficult, yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I don't have a red mohawk, so no.
Alright, so you'll notice everybody in Hyrule's also saying, I lost my copy of the script, can I borrow yours? And that's because Link is not a native Hylian speaker in these flags. You need the book in order to understand what the people of Hyrule are saying. So that hint shop, useless until Ategenos finds the book. Gotta take any for Ategenos. chessjerk making some progress in level 1 here.
Still trying to find the floor item and the Triforce, of course.
I feel like this enemy set's doing okay. I think he'll be alright with a clear here.
Yeah, with an easy enemy set like this, you don't want to leave without everything in the dungeon, especially when you have the Any key already.
19
would really
bombs.
So average. Probably not going to buy a ton of those with the low money, but they don't really have much else to spend on this because they probably won't buy. Well, they don't have to buy keys. Ategenos doesn't have the Any key yet, though.
That's. I mean, that's not a terrible price. If the small secret's 20 and the medium secret's 25, you have the means to get a lot of bombs.
J-Dog and Chat bring up a good point. It's nice to have your small secret give you a pack of bombs, though.
It is.
Unfortunately, your large secret lets you down. And your medium secret's not that much better.
At this point, though, your rupees, you're investing in one of a couple things at this point. I don't see Ategenos buying arrows with having the wand, so you're looking at bombs, possible meat, maybe a blue ring if it really comes to that. But he's doing okay with life right now, so I feel like that won't be a play either.
With this being a straight Q1, I don't think they'll buy the meat until they actually see it's necessary, because we don't have the many choke point dungeons that we have in Q2.
Any roads? Don't know if we've seen these yet. Oh, there's the triangle in World.
CJ having to do a full clear, though. When Ategenos finds this, he's going to have a little bit of an easier time at this just with that wand instead of having to back out of rooms to reuse his candle.
Forgot bomb upgrade, another possible investment. We haven't seen that yet. These Any roads are pretty good, in my opinion.
With this being a Q1, we do have Dungeon 9 still looming, and Q1 9 is interesting.
The Great Equalizer is always in play. Yeah, those Dolphos rolling low, the scrap metal dispatching.
So with CJ full clearing this level 1, he hasn't found an item yet, so I'm curious as to what room he couldn't clear.
Yeah, he didn't unlock that room to the left there. Don't know if that's...
He went in there, he went from the north.
Okay. It can't be this room because there's a floor drop. Oh, did it go up? Didn't go in this wing of the eagle.
Okay, this is where he has to go.
Yep. Oh boy. Okay.
Well, there's a Goldman and a drop room, so it could be interesting.
So the raft not doing a whole lot for you in this particular kind of overworld. You can screen wrap into one of the 2 raft checks on the overworld, so this really only unlocks 1 overworld check for you.
We did, however, have a race a couple nights ago where we had levels in both raft spots, so that's still a thing. That's still possible. It's rare, but it's possible.
Super ropes. Ategenos finds level 7 here. Chessjerk gonna likely get his Triforce and head out from level.
See if Ategenos just gets an item and runs, or if he actually stays in level 7. Quest 1 level 7 is usually kind of the type of level that people will come back to if they find the Triforce before the item.
Yeah, it's a pretty big dungeon, and it can be pretty hard to progress. Oh, but he does have the repeatable combat item in the wand, so a lot of these rooms will be pretty easy for him, but the sheer scale of it can still be a bit intimidating without a bit.
We have a staircase. We'll see if this is an item or if this is a transport, and it is an item, and it is the book.
So we have the book in 7. So now Ategenos understands Hylian, and chessjerk finds level 5. So at this point, level 3 and level 9 are only dungeons at large still.
So the book is interesting, right? He has the wand, so that means he's going to have a lot of fire to deal with. And CJ finds a transport staircase. But now he also has access to hints. So as you can see there, he knows that level 2 is at their grave. The thing is, if he's not careful, he'll be able to burn himself. It makes fighting patches a little bit more challenging. All in all, though, if he finds a hint shop, it could pay off in the long run.
Very much so. And you'd see the book in this flag set being something it's usually an early pickup, and I'd say we're still early in this race, but once you have everything figured out, the book might become more of a nuisance than something that helps you. So you might see a runner find it late in a run and not pick it up, which is a very common play in my book. Yeah, 7 has a bit more reinforced walls than your level 1 and 2, so Ganon put a little more work into 7 than he did his earlier creation.
That's actually really good information for his chessjerk. Now he knows he doesn't need to clear that room because it's just the other part of that transport.
Yep. Oh, we're gonna see a bomb upgrade? Wow, okay, +6.
Nice pickup. A little bit higher than average, but definitely nice to have this early in the seed. 14 bombs is a good advantage.
Oh man, the Manhandla rolled up. I'm sorry. Manhandla rolled.
Nothing worse than a beefy Manhandla.
Dispatched beautifully, though, by Ategenos.
Now CJ's bomb blocked in level 5, and that's actually a vanilla level 5 into.
Do we get our friends in chat? We might have.
More Gomez in level 7, sorry. CJ finding a casino opts not to gamble, which you can't really blame him with 140 rupees under his belt already.
No, he's got a healthy set of rupees there. Just hang on to him for now. My least
Still
favorite.
nothing doing this level 7 for CJ, for Agen, I should say, sorry.
Yeah, Agen not proving to be a good investment here so far. We got a staircase, though.
I mean, he did get the book, so he has the item.
Right. So he's just looking for a triangle.
This is where you really want to have a compass to kind of guide you to where the Triforce is.
Oof, dancing with those red bubbles. Yikes.
So, I don't know if we talked about what those red bubbles do, but they do some very interesting things in this flag set.
Yes, so they reverse the controls of the runner. So up becomes down and left becomes right. There's a few ways you can heal the Red Bubble Curse. You can pick up a piece of the Triforce. You can drink a Coke or a Pepsi. You can up A and save. You can hit a blue bubble. I believe I'm missing one. What's the last one?
Save and quit.
Oh, save. Yes.
Basically, almost anything that gives you a full HP refill.
Oh, yeah. Fairy Fountain. That's the one I'm missing. Ooh, Goria.
CJ is pretty close to where level 8 is.
Beefy Goria. Yikes.
Gliok, maybe?
Oh, Gliok. All his G name.
That'd be kind of terrifying if Gliok spit boomerangs.
Don't give anyone ideas, please.
I mean, it could be worse.
It could be a lot better too.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having a Gliok spitting boomerangs.
I don't know, those blue Gorias know how to really snap. I don't want to give that power to a Gliok.
So while we do have a little bit of explanation going on, we want to say thank you to our tracker behind the scenes, Hana Pekania, for doing a really nice job tracking. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It is quite the good work. So chessjerk making the one raft check right here, and it is a thief.
Yeah, so the raft is kind of a dud, which it usually is, but
yes.
Until it's not.
Until that one time, it isn't. Okay, so he finds the compass, so he knows where his triangle is. Agen's seeing a lot of this level 7.
So our white sword enemy is actually the white sword, aka bombs in the seed.
I believe we did see that on 8gen's side earlier. Oh wow, 8gen coming back to 7. He must know what that room is. Finding level 1. Yeah, it's the Goma.
So that means we have a bow block Triforce, so that means our bow will not be in level 9.
Still could be in 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So, you know, we're narrowing it down here.
This has been kind of a deceptive seed so far. There hasn't been a lot of like struggles. It just feels slow.
Yeah, I feel like this seed's gonna just kind of bust wide open, and we're gonna see it steamroll eventually. It's kind of how I feel this flag set goes. It's a whole lot of kind of poking around, and then one thing just kind of like avalanches the rest. Yeah.
Now, where was that level 8? Do you recall? I think CJ's pretty close to it. I could be wrong though.
No 6s at start. 7 was a bomb to the north. Level 5 is in its vanilla spot. Level 1 is in Burning Bush Row.
Level 2 is at the grave. 3 we haven't seen yet.
And here's 4 near vanilla start.
Ategenos getting reverse controlled, walks right into a bunny, of course, because that's what you do when you're reverse controlled.
Yeah, I like to put those red bubbles in the rooms with all the stuff you don't want to have red bubbles.
See, the worst part about reverse controls for me is when you get out of them, then you're still confused and you still walk into stuff.
Yeah, it's disorienting both ways. Yeah, 8gen taking a death there, that's tough. Level 4 has our recorder, so CJ getting our recorder. Level 3 and 9 still haven't been found, so it is possible that that recorder is going to be a requirement. I believe we've seen our... Have we seen our coast item yet?
We have not. I don't think anyone's gone over there because we haven't really even looked at the forest at all yet, actually.
Oof, there's an example of what that fire does to you. Alright, and CJ finding the compass, so he'll be out of 4 pretty quick if this combat room's agreeable. It's a Patra, but just picks up that triangle and says, no way. Looks like we're moving to CJ's audio. We might get to hear the flute tune soon if he's got the random flute.
Yeah, he plays with the random tune. That's why I flopped to him for a minute.
Yeah, we get to hear that Patra too.
Yeah, that patch is gonna linger a little bit until we actually.
See, there's a little late. Yep, you were right.
Alright, so this is nice for CJ as long as he digs out the item.
Yeah, he's gonna get that wand. It's gonna be a big, big boon for him. Yes, Ategenos did get the triangle out of 8. I don't believe he got the triangle out of 5. CJ also not gonna say no to that triangle right there in 8.
I mean, it's right on the floor. You might as well pick it up. Now he's got to go back in to get that wand.
It's a good bet. Just like earlier we said, there's 2 items here. CJ does have quite a few hearts, a little bit of combat ability, so it's worth kind of digging a little.
So once he gets one, CJ will kind of, I don't want to say caught up because he feels kind of ahead at the moment, but he's going to level a playing field. Ategenos still doesn't have the any key, but he does have 6 keys. So I think they'll both be basically even once CJ gets the one momentarily. I like the call to leave the Alchemist alone, just kind of let him stand there and hang out for a bit.
It's kind of like, finally, my time to shine. Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not bothering, just chilling there, being himself.
I did what I could, Ganon. Hey, Jen getting that triangle out of 1.
And I think this is the wand right here for CJ.
It's the heart. The hat. I believe the wand is in lower.
Alright, CJ is staying here though, so he will hopefully dig that out.
Springtime for Ganon in Hyrule. That is our translated text. Ah, we have found level 9 at Monocle Rock, so only level 3 is that large, right?
Kind of mentioned that I haven't a single dungeon blocked by anything yet.
Right.
Especially with a mixed overworld.
We find level 3, and that's it. Ategenos opting for the wooden arrows. Maybe afraid of a Pole's voice. Or the Goma in 7.
Yeah, as I said, he saw that Goma in 7, and he had the money, so he might as well. For all we know, Silvers can be in 9 still.
Well, if there's a... Oh, yeah, you're right. We know Bow, it couldn't be a 9, but Silver's good.
Correct.
So Ategenos clearing the forest now, so we will likely maybe see our coast items. CJ still fighting his way towards that, what we know is the inevitable wand. HN taking an unfortunate overworld death.
Yeah, you really want to kind of minimize if you die in the overworld just because of how much time it takes to walk back to where you were.
Right. Glad to see CJ did up an A, but he's staying in 8. We know that is the right move for him, absolutely.
Yeah, CJ has very good instincts. He's a very solid player. He's someone who went 5-0 in one of the previous tournaments in the Swiss stage, so he knows his stuff. He can beat anyone on any given day, so he's definitely no slouch. And this is our wand right here, I believe.
Here it is. CJ getting his wand. This is a big gain for him. Repeatable combat item. It is his first repeatable combat item. So this is good to get. CJ done with 8, gonna move on.
He's been doing quite some damage even without that, though, so he's actually gonna start moving a little bit quicker. Still very surprised that Ategenos hasn't gone for the Ategenos item.
Yeah. It's always almost one of the first things you always want to see in a seed. It's that Armos item. Oh man, I know that tune.
That is Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
I forget which boss though. I think that's the guy who is with Gino. Ategenos trying to bomb the coast, not getting the right spot. The mirrored overworld kind of messing with it just a little bit. You want to do it right under where the A button is. There you go, so you got the bomb spot just to find casino. Used 4 bombs to get that one hole though.
I like that Coke price, that's for sure.
Yeah, this old man doesn't really know how to sell his goods.
The economy of Hyrule in Randomizer is always one of the more interesting things to see unfold.
CJ back into level 6 with the very souped up orange wizard.
Yeah. Does get a drop off of them, which is nice. So yeah, our coast item is confirmed to be a repeatable combat item, but not one required for this.
Level 6, right away, possibly ladder blocks unless there's a staircase to get around it.
Oh, man.
Nice clock.
Yep, and there's Ganon's room. Oh, no.
So yeah, level 6 is fully ladder blocked, so that means our ladder will not be in level 9 either.
And our only possibilities here are 5, 3, and 2 at this point.
So at this point, I'd probably head to level 2 because it's the easiest one to do and we know where it is.
Yeah, it's a floor drop. He has the wand now, so repeatable combat not really going to be a chore for CJ. Going to 7, which we know has the book, and a bow block for our item, for our triangle.
Yeah, so this is going to use a little bit of CJ's time unless he gets that compass early.
Ah, but also a very good investment right here.
Yeah, evens him up on the bomb count. Ategenos is into 4 now, so he'll tie up the Triforces and he'll get his flute also.
Oof, beautiful wand combat with that Manhandler there. So we do know that our item in 4 is the recorder here on Ategenos' side, so this will probably be a quick dig. He's got the compass right there. Patra saying hello.
Always gotta love when the Triforce is just hanging out on the ground like that, even if there's a patch in the room.
Yeah, Ganon just like, just chucks it in there, moves on.
But we know Ganon had one too many the night before.
That told the Patra, like, put this in a safe spot. He's like, alright, Ganon, and he fell asleep. And then he heard Link come in, he's like, oh. Maybe I'm just dramatizing it a little too much, I don't know.
That's why I can never trust a Patra to do hide stuff for you.
Imagine Ganon, he's like, you got like 10 little Patras. You could just tell one of them to do it.
But the little ones can't leave the host's body though, so I mean they're kind of tied to it.
I won't pretend to know the anatomy of a Patra.
It's the most bizarre tangent I think I've ever been on.
You know, when you started with, we've never come before. This is what you're in for, I guess. Fight here for CJ. We've seen this one already. It's a 4-headed monster. I believe it's a bomb drop.
Yeah, it's nothing really major. We know the Gliak has the Goma has the Triforce.
That was a beautiful fight, though. Alright, 8-Gen facing off with a lot of ropes here, and CJ's still doing our big dig into level 7. Just do a quick, here's what we know so far about the seed. We've seen every level but level 3. So level 3 could still be behind a power bracelet spot, a flute spot, we don't really know yet, or possibly a ladder spot, because this is mixed quest overworld. They can make those bomb checks up by the river in northern Hyrule. We do know that our scrap metal and raft was in level 1. We know our recorder was in 4. We know our book is in 7. We know our heart and wand is in 8. We know our Armos was the any key. We know our white sword item is a bomb pack. And we know our coast item is the red candle. So still at large is our bow, our silver arrows, our power bracelet, our red ring, our ladder. So a lot of good stuff still out there in the world of Hyrule. So we will see what we've got going on here, but we won't be seeing a new item out of either dungeon that our runners are in right now. They're crossing each other's prior paths effectively. Great reverse block clip there for CJ. Gonna get his book, and he's gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. I want to understand what's happening in the world. I would love to pick up a Hyrule newspaper and know what they're talking about.
I mean, he doesn't know where the wand is yet, the bow is yet. He doesn't know where the silvers are.
Yeah, the hint shop.
We know that we need the bow at the very least.
Yeah, hint shop could be big. Surprised to see 8-Gen still in 4. It was... I want to remember it as a quick dig for CJ, but he does get his wand there. He's gonna pick up his triangle now, and he's gonna say sayonara to level 4.
Evens up the Triforce count.
Yes.
But yeah, all in all, this is a very awkward seed.
Yeah, it's deceptive in that it looks simple when you first start, but it's proven to be a little bit of a
well, just a lot of blocks. We've had ladder blocks. We've had a Goma block. Just stuff that we can't really deal with because we don't have the tools to deal with it.
Right. Yeah, this race is still very much a race, I'd say. So Goma creeps with the bow.
So that means our bow is ladder blocked in level 6.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we have a ladder, then a bow. So ladder comes first. Dig Dogger gazes with the silver arrow.
Alright, so pretty much everything we need is outside of 9. So that 9 they're just gonna need Ganon and yeah, Ganon and Zelda.
Those were some great hints. I believe what's Dig Dogger gazes? 5?
Yes, Dig Dogger gazes is 5.
So that leaves the raft to be in level 2 or level 3 at this point.
Raft was in 1, you mean the ladder, I think?
Oh, ladder. The wood you step on.
I mean, they both transverse water, so it's kind of similar. One's just a little more water repellent, I guess.
Jiggly, I'm not allowed to make food references anymore. I've sworn them off.
I have something we can't hear at them. Something about Flavor Town?
Yeah, the infamous Flavor Town commentator. I mean, it was a good time. I'd like to think you're here because you want to be and not because you're moderating my chat. Alright, so Ategenos likely looking for level 2 at this point, and obviously I think it's the right thing. He did get the hint that it was in the great...
Yeah, I think it's up by Vanilla 6, I want to say.
Vanilla 6, I don't believe it's Vanilla 6, because Vanilla 6 will... Oh, something else. I remember saying Vanilla 6 earlier on CJ's side. I don't believe it was a dungeon.
Well, if he keeps going this way, Ategenos will find his any key. I don't think he's really needed it yet. He does have 4 keys still.
Ah, that's right, the blue candle. Probably the bomb spot, then, for level 2, right here.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And CJ getting that bit of knowledge there that level 7 wants a bow, so he is... And there's the any key for 8 gen. Here's our level 2 and 8 gen side. The cave
CJ
near
going
the...
back to level 5, so as long as he digs up the enemy, he'll get his silvers.
Not a bad pickup. Silvers are great to have. I would say that... It's strange, I don't believe you can bomb left there in level 2, can you? What was I gonna say? Level 2 is the play I want to see right now. I really hope that the floor item isn't in that Dodongo.
These Tridongos are forced, because you have to get through that shutter door.
That's a shutter door?
Yes,
oh, you're right.
Shutter door at the bottom.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. Those red bubbles and 5s. This is one of those rooms you never want to see red bubbles. You could have at least gave me the blue bubble on the outside. he could reset that room and potentially have the blue bubble on the outside.
Yes, it'll shift. Ategenos takes out the Tridacos and gets deeper into level 2.
Now, 2 does have a floor.
Wizards.
Oh, go ahead. Say 2 does have a floor item, so it is in Ategenos' best interest to clear these. Oh, and there's our floor item. It's a power bracelet. So our raft has to, or our ladder has to be in level 3.
At this point, you would have to assume that level 3's power bracelet blocked. Maybe recorder blocked.
There's the triangle at a 2 for Ategenos, so that's a quality dig. You gotta get through the Tridongos, but otherwise pretty
Yeah, very quick level 2 for Ategenos. Having the wand lets you take care of these orange darknets a little bit quicker.
So if the ladder isn't 3, which pretty much at this point I believe it's the only possibility, we do have our complete item rundown.
Yeah, so ladder will be in 3, and then bow will be in 6.
Yep, which means Red Ring and Lord Banana will be in 9.
And everything else is in the bottom left there in the tracker if you guys want to know where stuff is. Chad bring up a good point that the second raft spot could still be level 3.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that check yet. Yeah, the elusive level 3, which has a key item that's needed for the seed. Oof, tough break for CJ in that Dark Nut room. Yeah, Red Ring is in its vanilla location. Again, it could pick any 2 items he wanted, and he picked the Red Ring and the Lord Banana. So I guess it means if you're in the Lord Banana side, you're pro game.
Maybe just want some extra potassium.
That's true. You know, Hyrule could have a real fruit problem, so he's just kind of holding on to that for himself. Which is kind of selfish, but he's Ganon after all. Silver's still at large here at 5. Same with the triangle. Not a dungeon that usually gives a lot of trouble, so interesting to see this dig kind of be a little problematic.
I think it's mostly the enemy set. Dark Notes are never fun, Pulse Voice are never fun.
Yeah. So there's our triangle, right there, just on the floor. Come on, Ganon. So now all CJ needs is a staircase. Doesn't want that heart being picked up.
So here's some logic from Ganon. Let's put the Triforce in a room with wall masters in the middle of the room with an enemy that can't leave the walls.
Let's put the heart container in a room that requires a ladder, clip, or... Oh no! Are the Silver's ladder blocked as well? Oh no, there it is.
Thankfully for CJ, there's a bit of a workaround.
Yeah. Nope, that's not it. Crisis averted for the moment.
Those silver arrows are being very elusive in level 5 so far.
Right. Pole's voice really playing with Ategenos there, but he does get the kill, and yeah, there it is.
Here's our silvers.
So CJ gets the silver arrows. Probably pretty happy to see that. That is a requirement for Go.
Walks into his own candle fire, which you tend to do.
Yep. NSU rooms with Dark Nuts. Not terrible, because you can kind of play it to your advantage, I would say.
As long as you don't get trapped in a like a one-way, like the top part or the bottom part on the left.
Right. Alright, so CJ getting the triangle at a level 5. He's done with 5. We'll be going back.
Ategenos is going to clear this room out when they find out that's a tread staircase that goes back to where he just was.
You gotta resolve your staircases. I mean, there's 2 schools of thought there. You do or you don't.
Well, the thing is that it eliminates 2 and it kind of sends you off. In a room like this, that you can possibly not kill, that's helpful.
Oh, Ategenos. I don't think he saved the room either.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
That's always kind of a rough feeling when you have the last enemy under 1 hit and it kind of just bottles you.
That is brutal.
So RPD, I'll leave it up to you. Where is our level 3 hiding?
Ooh. You know, we haven't seen a lot of flute checks yet. I'm thinking, like... I do want to see that raft check. Because now that you brought it up, we made such a stink about how it doesn't... The raft does so little in these seeds. Now I feel like I'm gonna eat my boot there. I want to say a flute check. I want to see the flute checks in the desert. I also want to see the vanilla 2 check, if we haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna go with the power versus spot up in Death Mountain, the quest 2 magical sword spot.
Oh yeah, good one. But you know, there's a reason I'm not in this tournament anymore, so. I would do things like check the flute spots.
Well, I mean, I would too. I'd do them on my path. I mean, I wouldn't.
Right.
I'd do both at the same time if possible. Yeah, desert checks here though.
Yeah, right. Here's my theory at work. No, he's. It also could be vanilla 9. Man, I would have been so happy if that was it.
Alright, so it's not in the desert.
Nope. There's our peanut butter level 9. Oh god, the food stuff's coming out.
Resist the temptation.
I know, I brought a snack just in case.
I mean, I have a piece of cake and a bottle of fruit juice, so...
I do appreciate that. Ah, isn't that the check right there?
Yes, it is. He's,
Oh, he's probably just gonna say, I went through all the trouble of getting this raft. I mean, so help me, I will use...
He may not be comfortable with the new scrolls.
Yeah, it's true. But it's not like he loses that much not doing it. You hate to see the raft do that to you. Alright, Ategenos getting the silver arrows.
So Ategenos kind of has the level 2 lead, but level 2 is going to be very quick for CJ once he goes back there too.
Right. It's a very quick dig after that trade don't.
CJ could also be looking for that ladder before dealing with that room.
Alright, Ategenos gets his triangle out of 5 as well, and that will be it for Ategenos in 5. We're going to probably see that flute check at level vanilla 2 soon. Which I believe even in mixed quest is always going to be a flute check, correct?
Correct. I mean, we do have a lot of Death Mountains to look at, so I could still just see other than Death Mountain, just open cave. Not open cave, but you know what I mean?
I like the idea of vanilla 9. Very healthy seed. Our runner's doing more than okay on life here. But when you're CJ, there's not a whole lot else you're going to spend money on besides a blue ring at this point, right? Maybe a bomb pack now.
I mean, he doesn't need keys, he doesn't need arrows. So yeah, bombs are kind of like the only thing he wants. Most likely won't want bait. Ategenos going to do the Death Mountain dig.
It's not vanilla 2. My predictions were incorrect. I always want that Tootie Flute to be useful. So you're thinking the power bracelet spot near the grave, or the mixed quest check, like with the arrow?
The one up on the arrow, that's the magical sword spot in Quest 2.
I like that check.
Ategenos was kind of in the right vicinity, but not quite.
That can be a pain to get to if the screens leading up to it, those little choke points, have like dark nuts and stuff. Oh, and here we have it, World 3.
Huge find by Ategenos. Gonna get his ladder here, which will open up the seed for him.
Yeah, he gets the ladder, which gets him into 6, which gets him a bow, which gets him into level 7. And that will be that. So the seed. Seed has its path now, and there's the ladder for Ategenos.
And that ladder is right on the path in level 3, so you really can't miss it.
CJ a mile away from that ladder right now, making checks on the coast. The bomb coast. Not the actual coast.
Ategenos did check these spots too, just earlier on in the seed.
Oh shoot. At least those red bubbles are on the... If anything, that shoot was protecting him.
Yeah, this has been a very dark night and Pool's Voice heavy seed.
Yeah, in the dungeons. I haven't really seen a lot of blue wizrobes being harassing people in the dungeons today, but of course level 9 is still on the...
Yeah, so far we've only seen orange ones, but we do have a lot of level 6 to do still. And there are wizrobes in level 6, so I'm sure we'll see some. If you guys are watching right now, please give both these guys a follow. They run this all the time. CJ is more of a proponent of sorted flags. Ategenos plays all the very tedious ones, kind of like this. Both are very, very skilled. Both are a lot of fun to watch. As well as our tracker today behind the scenes, Hannah Kanya. And my co-com today, Radplaid Dad. Please give both of them a follow too for putting on a lot of work on this tournament. We definitely appreciate it.
Well, of course, there's one person who's done a whole lot of work on this tournament as well, and it's you, Dark Falls, for putting this together. So be sure to give yourself a follow too. Alright, CJ finally level 2, which as we know has his power bracelet, which is not required, but easy to.
Now what CJ kind of has to do is, well, here he goes.
Ategenos getting that triangle out of 3.
So we'll see what Ategenos does now. He'll probably go back, he'll go to 6, of course. And we'll see how buried our bow is.
6 is the play. He knows 7 is bow blocked, but he knows his only possibility at this point is right here. Well, boy, that's not just ladder blocked, that's ladder blocked.
Yeah, the seed's kind of like, yeah, just don't even come here if you don't have it.
Alright,
CJ about to be done with level 2.
Yeah, short work of that level 2, just as quick. Ategenos finding the triangle out of 6, but still needs the bow, so he's going to keep digging a little bit. Another Aquamentus, like, hey, what's up? Oh, okay. CJ out of there. Ategenos finding the bow, so he will be making short work of 6, backtrack into that triangle, and heading to 7. CJ still on the hunt for level 3.
Yeah, that 6 was lightning fast.
Yeah, so seems the seed level 3 was the factor here.
Poor Aquamentus is just left behind like always. Now CJ is going to where level 3 is, so he's not out of this yet. Anything can happen. Level 9 tends to be quite large.
Mm-hmm. It's a first quest 9, so
Joe's making a beeline back to the Goma. Then he'll be making the play over to level 9 RPD. And well, let's get it out of the way now. What's he going to be looking for in level 9?
Few things. First thing we'll be looking for is a shutter door that does not open after you kill all of the enemies in the room. What that will tell us is we have found Zelda. The second thing that we'll be looking for is the Roar of Ganon. Now, when you're one room away from Ganon, you can hear his roar. So when Ategenos is exploring 9, he'll want to kind of be in rooms that he hasn't seen the rooms around that room, if that makes sense. Once he hears that Roar of Ganon, he'll know he's a room away, and you'll see him try to be careful about how he progresses there. Got a lot of life. I can't see Ategenos going out of his way for a red ring here, but if it happens to fall on his lap, he'll probably just, hey, why not? Last but not least, 9 features 12 staircases that are all interconnected. So here's our first transport stair. There are 14 stairs total. Of course, 2 staircases in 9 will be containing, one will be containing our red ring, the other are Lord Banana. But the other 12 staircases will all be paired to one another there. So Ategenos on his way to making bacon.
And then we're also looking for that single shutter that does not open. Once we find that, we'll know where the girl is. And then once the pig is dead, that door will open up right away, and that will be the end of the seed.
There's those blue Wizrobes. Who they were
I mean,
somewhere.
they were bound to appear sooner or later.
I had likes and blue was robes. Alright, chessjerk found at 3. So as we know, this is the key to the seed right here. It was a quick dig. CJ is not out of it, but I'd say maybe about 8 minutes or so behind.
Yeah, I'd say probably between 5 and 10 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Which isn't overcomable. I mean, if Ategenos has trouble in this level 9, which we have seen happen, anything could still be plausible.
There's the ladder for CJ, so of course he just finds that triangle and he is out.
Nothing doing quite yet.
Ganon's roar can be masked by the Patras. There is a short clip in the audio where you can tell if Ganon's roar is behind a Patra, but a Patra can make it very annoying to hear Ganon. There's our red ring, and as assumed, Ategenos is going to say, hey, why not?
You know, that's just mostly for like peace of mind, because Ganon still does 4 hearts of damage on Green Tunic.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you see it, it's only a couple seconds to pick it up. I would always pick it up if need be.
Yeah, when you're staring a combat advantage like that in the face, I mean, it's pretty obvious. You gotta do it.
Well, especially with the blue wizard. Oh, we hear Ganon.
Oh, so we hear the pig. Is he to the west? Yes! So Ategenos has found the pig. Here we go. And
so just need 8 hits with the wand to take down the pig.
And there's your stun lock and our bacon for the first time tonight. Yeah, bacon is delicious. It can go on anything. Go on burgers. It can go on ice cream. You can just eat it by itself.
Roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah, that's good. Gotta with eggs. You know, it's good with eggs. Wrap it around scallops. It's also good.
See, I don't like seafood, so that wouldn't be appealing to me. Question is, would bacon from Ganon be tasty though?
I don't know. Sometimes you kill him when he's in the water, so yeah, it's like soggy bacon. But you know, bacon's bacon in Hyrule. So CJ opting to clear out rooms here in 3, which as we know are not required. That is a beefy Patra there.
Ategenos still on the hunt for the door. And there it is. Ategenos goes through it. He will take first place with a 109.26. Let's get some GG's chat for Ategenos, please.
There you have it, everybody. That is the seed. Looks like CJ has forfeited as well, so that will be it for the race tonight. We'll see if we get our runners in here for an intro. So interesting seed overall. We had the first quest there the mirrored overworld obviously probably threw a bit of a loop for our runners there. Interesting to see how that played a role for them. What other feedback would you have on the seed while we get our runners here?
Ategenos had a little bit of advantage with the early wand, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was really that big of a deal. I think it was just the fact that Ategenos got to level 3 first is what it really came down to.
Yeah, I'd say that level 3 find, which could have been anywhere. I'd say there's that point where they were both kind of doing those overworld checks, and any one of them could have just poked you right into level 3, and that would have been... Alrighty, and we're joined by Ategenos and chessjerk. GG to both of you guys.
GG, chessjerk.
GG.
So I'd love to hear any initial thoughts or reactions on the seed.
I played terribly. That pretty much sums it up for me.
I feel that way too, man. I had the wand like 8 minutes and then had nothing for almost 40.
You had it way before I did.
Yeah, I went in there, found the heart container, and I'm like, let's go back in there. Okay.
I full cleared 7 without the bow.
Pretty much did as well. I had, I think, 4 or 5 rooms left. And I had to get the ladder out of 3, which was my last dungeon. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the ladder out of 3 was really the key to the seed for both of you. There was a point in time, I'd say you both were still pretty on point with one another. CJ, you were in the lower half of Hyrule kind of doing flute checks and trying to find level 3, while 8gen, you were up in Death Mountain doing those bomb checks, and any one of those could have led to level 3, which led to the ladder, which led to the bow, which led to the level 7 triangle, which led to level 9. So I'd say that was really the breaking point of this race, is where was level 3?
Yeah, I was running out of spots. I mean, fortunately, I had everything to check everything, but you know, it's no fun going back to each individual recorder location or push block or whatever. How about that level 2, requiring you to kill 3 Tridongos in a circle moat room to get through it?
Yeah, I did that really, really late. Just to find the power bracelet, which I assumed didn't do anything.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
Recorder,
but no,
none of that was
I just, yeah, I don't know. I spent way too much time in dungeons without a good weapon. I mean, I found 6 dungeons without a good weapon. And just accomplished very, very little. And then eventually found the wand, I don't know, what, 35, 40 minutes in, I guess? I don't even know. But by then it was just way, way, way too late.
Yeah, I mean, the only alternative would be if you did early Death Mountain, got the ladder, which was fairly free to get to, I think, and then got the candle off the coat.
All you had to do was find it. Yeah, and there was an any road up there, too. If you took the any road and went 1 screen right, and then went into 3, went down 1, got the ladder, you were golden.
Yep.
But
that's right.
Who knew?
Right? Yeah, it's rando, man. Well, good game, man. I always enjoy racing you. You're one of my favorite people to race.
Yeah, well, again, I don't put up much of a fight, so
that's not
maybe
true.
next time.
It's not true. You have beaten me.
So now, Ategenos, you get a match with Soa coming up in the lovely Elite 8 flags. I will let you address him if you choose.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Elite 8 flags are fantastic. Congrats on dodging that for 1 more week, Chip.
Well, I intend to dodge it even more next week.
Who do you play?
He will have the winner of Zegini or Angry Larry.
Right. And then if you win, you might get to play Savers. So there's a bonus.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see.
But no, Alsoa, man, I'm scared of that guy. He, especially with wacky flags like the Elite Eights, he's really good at them, and so he's going to be definitely a very difficult opponent to get through. Do have 3 games to do it at least, so we'll see if we can both survive that.
All right. So with that, Rablad Dad, do you have any further questions?
No, I think that we just saw a efficient, awesome game of Randomizer, which, as expected from 2 awesome runners, I would just remind everybody to give Agen and chessjerk here a follow. And yeah, if you wanna put the button on it, Dark Falls.
All right. Well, first off, let's take a look at tomorrow. We have at 2 o'clock Elndar versus Ryan 7. And then at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, we have Furious K and Panzer Dave in the first of the bracket rounds. Both of those channels are still to be decided, so stay tuned for that. With that, we want to say thank you to our track behind the scenes, Hana Picania, my co-com today, Radplaid Dad, our 2 runners, Ategenos and chessjerk. With that, I was Dark Falls. Everyone have a great evening. We'll see you on the next race.
Take care, everyone.